An anonymous user gifted a sub to Giant Head. Thanks, anonymous user. Really appreciate that. Am I keeping a run diary? I am playing Slay the Spire. My mods are updating a spreadsheet that shows the runs. That's what you're asking for. Tranquility does make me better against the elites, I'm pretty sure. Okay. There's no way card remove is so good that I'm not taking Orrery, is there? I don't think so. Fear no evil. Empty Fist. Tantrum or Flurry. Indignation or Cut. Feels like a really good Flurry of Blows. Also feels like a really good Tantrum. That's rough. I could take Flurry and Indignation and just not have... I still have 2 ways into Wrath, but I don't have Tantrum, obviously. I could take 2 more Cut Through Fates as well. Am I nearly infinite though? I don't know that I'm nearly infinite. Doesn't feel like I'm nearly infinite. Bowling Bash is good in Act 1. How good is it in Act 3? I think a Flurry of Blows. Got 1 anyway. Only nerds get to Act 3. Maybe true. I'm a nerd though, so that doesn't perturb me. Don't think I'm taking Omniscience right now. I'm just gonna rest so I can get both elites without having to worry about like bottom decking both Wrath sources against Gremlin or whatever. Is there a reason to wait on Incense Burner? No. Probably actually a decent open. There's a lot of math here. I'm not gonna do it. I think I'm overkilling by like 7 billion. I'm overkilling by a very, 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 very large amount. Falling Bash is like just a mediocre damage card. If you already have a bunch of really good damage cards, you don't have to take mediocre damage cards. I think I'll take another Flurry actually, now that I have an Ink Bottle. Ink Bottle makes Flurry a lot better. I don't think I'm taking it without the Ink Bottle though. Yeah, probably still taking this. Ink Bottle's on a really, or sorry, Incense Burner. It's on a really good number. Well, I guess it's not because the fight's over, actually. Guess that was untrue. What if I had 3 flurries of blows? I think that's maybe extreme. What if I had a block card? Nap Bowlings for 32 months, I appreciate it. Blocking in Watcher decks. Oh my god, I could have 4 of these. I mean, you do have to block. Just want to do it in a way that's not too awkward for you, you know? I wonder about this fasting to get through Hexaghost. I think my answer is no. Yeah, okay, we just take this. Cool. And now block. Drax KT. Thanks very much for the 5 months. My Incense Burner's on a bad number, so maybe this. But it's like a late question mark. I'll find something sweet. Got him. Thank you, an anonymous user, for gifting a sub to Flurry of Blows. Appreciate it. Hallway to get offered 5th Flurry. Maybe that was it, yeah. I don't think it's right to remove a strike there, obviously. If I did, I would have removed the strike. Do not read this message or you will become a weeb. Is it weeb or veeb? Like with the V sounding W that a lot of languages have. Veeb. I think it's probably veeb actually. You do be a scientist. I can take Wish. It's okay. It's an okay block card. The strength it gives is massive with double Flurry Tantrum. I have an instance burner to help me play it sometimes. I don't know, it's like fine. I guess I take Violet Lotus. I don't actually get into Calm that often. That's specifically for VTuber Veebs. So I wouldn't call a flesh tuber a Veeb. I would call them a weeb. Is that what you're telling me? A weeb, and the H is silent. Okay. Sure. Am I a flesh tuber? When I have the camera on, yeah. It is what it is. How do I do this? Presumably that's just dead, actually. Because I have both, right? So that's 20. Yeah. I have taken gold from the thieves. That's a shop. Flash of Steel's cool. I'm just gonna remove a card though. Card remove is cooler than cool. Hey now, Twitch chat, what's cooler than being cool? Card remove. I can't hear nobody out there. I said, what's cooler than being cool? Card remove. Well, alright, 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 alright. I think I might actually remove a strike at this point. I have a speed potion still. Deck got better? Feels like deck got significantly better. He's up. Protect. I haven't gotten Jack's event yet. That could be really nice. Well, alright, alright, alright. Alright, 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 alright. Oh, you like always transform in Jax? I would like never actually take Jax. That's not the play at all. You can mouse over that purple flower if you would like to see what it does. How's Crescendo here? It's hard for me to get it in hand, unfortunately. Other than that, it's pretty good. It is Automaton. I guess Automaton, it pays to have a little bit of extra gas sometimes. Although I have an incense burner. Will I forget that I have the incense burner? Probably. So I'm not sure we can actually bank on the incense burner doing anything there. I just think it's probably good. Hey, Lobo! Just a bay, we got mouth to be. This ink bottle sort of coming to life here. Alright. Smiling Mask. Unfortunately, no shops anytime soon. Just at the end of the act. That's nice. It's a cheap way to get rid of probably another 3 basics pretty easily, maybe 4. Don't think I'm taking cards right now. Feels like if I hit rush down, I'm just infinite. What if money did grow on trees? I think a lot of people have wondered that. I don't know what the answer is though. Wow, those are very awkwardly costed. Aren't they? Do I like still kill? Almost, not quite. I wonder about the Simmering Fury. I think I have too many ways into Wrath for it, maybe. This feels like an okay rest. Have I ever won an Ironclad run? Who's the Ironclad? What's that? No, I mean, really? I've never heard of them. I don't... That's not the right accent. Oh well. Oh, that is not the song that I thought this was going to be. Sweet. Doodle. Doodle's nice with the flurries. Just a Vajra, but Vajra's quite good here. Ow. I think I'm going to the shop over an elite fight here. Be sure there are several reasons why that's better. Higher chance of like Mental Fortress or Rushdown. Higher chance of card remove. Obviously the elite fight has 0% chance of card remove, but there's a question mark. Guess I don't get a relic from the elite fight. Question marks have elites. Nope. Well, sort of. They can have particularly challenging fights, which are sort of comparable to elites. But also no. Hey, Charlatan. Pressure points with the save as usual. Ooh, my fruit juice lost its color. I've been offered a sanctity again. At some point, maybe I should actually take that. Don't believe this is it. Maybe I'm okay with a panache. I have to try to work out how I am killing the enemy now. I could go fasting. Sure. Panache makes the 5th flurry better. Maybe. Moved into a new place this weekend, handed over the keys of your old apartment, which was your first ever place on your own, and you're a bit emotional. Sounds reasonable. Also sounds really sweet. Congratulations on the new place. Hope it's rad. Ototomi, thanks for the 15 months. Is fasting the opposite of slowing? Maybe. Sure, I don't have incense burner or the right number. But we already knew that was happening, right? An anonymous gifter has gifted a sub to Frozen Eye. Thank you, anonymous gifter. Fasting sure seems to have killed the enemy. It's 75 the first time I use it, peasant. Well, there's no reason that establishment is good here at the moment. Guess I'll take lesson learned. It's like sort of mediocre, to be quite honest. Gosh. An anonymous user gifted a sub to an anonymous giver. And to pressure points. Thank you. Pretty sure I'm cool with Black Star here. Just gonna have to find some stuff. Maybe a kunai would win. To go here? No shops. Fuck. Eruption upgrade's really good. In my 3 energy fasting deck. With a wish that I want to try to play too. Scapegoat, how are you? Okay, take Tranquility. I hate this deck. It's okay though, we're like one thing away from being really strong. We can find one thing, right? 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 Yes, rare chance resets when you get a boss relic. Or a boss rare. When you are offered a rare in boss rewards, it resets. Goodbye, Incense Burner. No, don't think so. Getting energy upgrades is nice. Pretty sure I'm like killing everything next turn. Having defense instead of those strikes would be kind of nice right now. So I guess this is what the deck does. Seems strong. Am I taking this? This is what Watcher always does. This is like weaker than what Watcher always does. But it might get to a point where it's what Watcher always does. Do I want my lesson learned? Probably not. Next turn, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I play fasting here? Feels maybe necessary. Alright. That is Defect's music, isn't it? This run is so stressful. God. I don't think double fasting is how I'm winning this. Okay, I can beat Giant Head. You learn to blue also means sad/down. Yep. It's a double entendre. Or something, right? We'll do this. Hope we get attacked next turn. Ooh. That's not the decision the Giant Head wanted to make, I don't think. According to the author, the double entendre wasn't intended. I don't know about that. Maybe we just decide we don't care what the author thinks in this case. Oh, I only have 2 energy, it turns out. Alright, we kill next turn though, I think. Without Tranquility and Crescendo, this deck would just be dead already. Like times a billion. I got a blue candle and a bag of marbles. An empty mind? Should probably take empty mind. What was my upgrade? A strike? Eh. Fear no evil, empty mind, cut through fate's an infinite, right? Fear no evil, cut through fate. Empty mind, cut through fate. No, it's not. Fear no evil. Wait, is it? Fear no evil, empty mind, cut through fate. have Fear No Evil, Empty Mind in hand. Fear No Evil, Empty Mind, Death Through Fate. It is an infinite. And with Talk to the Hand, it does good things too. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 real cards at the moment. I think I would need some card removes. Let's recall in case I get a full heal somehow. Zereptomancer. This looks really strong. Wait, I can't draw Eruption though. I have Crescendo. I'm good. It's not... Well, I mean, I have Frozen Eye. I'm not sure I'd exactly say I was top decking Flurries. Lizard Tail Nunchaku. Oh. Okay. So now one way I can win is just, like, kill stuff before it kills me. It's probably a pretty common way to win in Slay the Spire. What upgrade did I get? I like the upgrades I'm getting just don't do anything. What upgrade did I get? I didn't even get an upgrade. Wait. Hold up. Tantrum. I got Tantrum. I mean, that's not actually that bad. I have Talk to the Hand. Weave of the Hand. I don't know. I struggle to block unless I already have Talk to the Hand played. I think the issue with Wave of the Hand is that a lot of the time it just doesn't do anything. Like, you can't really remove artifact charges from Donu Deka, for example, because I can't make block in that fight. just in the entire fight, I can't block. Should I take Like Water? I don't think so. We'll work it out. Downfall actually interesting. Is this just a chat meme? The devs put it in their like quarterly update announcement. They were like, hey, there's a Downfall mod. It's one of the mods for the game. It's like, fine. I don't know. It's one of the game's mods. I don't play the game's mods personally. Good. Well, now we finally have a Master Reality. I don't know if I have to play a Sunder's Bane or not. This works, I think. This runs a lot. This runs a lot. I think chat would be metallicize if chat were a super elite buff. Yeah, I'm confident that that's the correct answer. Well, that's not Mental Fortress. It's got another couple of relics. Will I die because I took 1 damage there? Maybe. Could happen. It'll be an awkward way to lose the entire run, but it happens. I haven't made a mod character, Johnny. It does appear that Giant HUD's back on the menu. What a weird run. Should have played Defend, I guess. This says -12, so it's left at 6. Wait. Frozen Egg has arrived, or the Master Reality that I have in here. The Rushdown that I have in here, the Brilliance that I have in here. Oh. Well, it looks like I'm trying to win with flurries, so I should probably take another Fear No Evil. Is it... There are actually a bunch of interesting options here. I can take Writhe with Blue Candle, Centennial Puzzle, and Doodle. It's actually pretty good. I don't really need Madness, right? Because I have Violet Lotus. It's not actually Like, energy is not my issue, it's how many cards I can draw. Is it Fear No Evils or Fears No Evil? I'm not sure. Not sure anybody knows. Do I want a Parasite? No. Maybe though? Wait, actually, maybe. Like, usually I'd say clearly no, but... ugh, but maybe. Ow. I kill this turn? Perhaps. Hard to put fasting on play though. I don't think you can get upgraded Parasite now. The problem with not killing this turn is what it does to Incense Burner, which is sort of like a thing for Donu Deca. Wait, it wasn't attacking them? Oh god. Hmm. Okay. Do I take Sash Whip? How are we blocking versus shapes? You said we were blocking. What gave you that impression? Nupsy, thanks very much for the prime. Energy loss from fasting is a debuff. I'm wondering if I take Protect to like block. What if one block card would make the deck stronger? Sort of feels like I'm trying to kill things really fast, and I have a lizard tail, and maybe that's the plan. And Protect is sort of bad. Yeah, okay. I have a really bad cough right now. Keep on having to mute to cough. It's not great. It's a lot of flurries next turn. Maybe a Swift Potion here? Swift Potion seems like it does a lot here. Hey, Ro! Yeah, that was a really good Swift Potion. What does Master Reality do on the deck? It sits there and doesn't do anything? It does nothing. The simple answer is sometimes the correct answer. We knew that Watcher would scale well with Strength. Like, that is just completely mind-blowing to me personally. The Eater of Time. I don't think it's worth it to use the Miracle to get more damage here. I don't know. Oh wait, can I play Eruption? If I play Fasting, I can't play Eruption. Oof. Unless I play Crescendo? I guess I can play Crescendo though. He was actually okay. Well, I still can't play Eruption, but I can play Crescendo instead. Wait, this isn't okay at all. Maybe I just end turn in Wrath? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or something? 6, 7? The alternative is we take a bunch of damage here, next turn we go like Tantrum, Tranquility. The alternative is that the fight takes a lot longer. I do have a Cultist pot ticking. Maybe that's okay. Eolin. Presumably important to do this. So I'm gonna put it at like 250 right now. With 2 cards. That's hard. Okay, I got an early flurry. That's really important. And the other one isn't too deep either. Cool. I need ways out of Wrath. I have a Fear No Evil I can draw. I'm not going to have Incense Burner the right number for next act, unfortunately. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then next turn, these are my cards. And I start in Wrath. I guess I just do this and stop, and it's fine. Incense Burner seems quite good. It would be even better if I could survive long enough to like use it again later. But you know. I have 135 health to work with or something. There's always a rust. There's no upgrade that's ever worth 20 health here. Does Purity do it? Clearly I'm always buying this. Wait, am I? Because card remove is going to keep costing 50. Still just barely good, right? I guess I can buy the card remove now, and then if I bought that, it would be still saving me gold? Okay. Just barely. I think Strike is the worst card. Unless Defend is. Toy Ornithopter Artifact Pot seems really good. Tranquility doesn't seem that bad. Wonder about Like Water. Think about Purity real quick. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 real cards. Purity's pretty close to an Empty Mind Infinite. Tragic Booty thinks the 7 months. Is Strike worse than Curse? Yes, much like miles. Billion years worse than Curse. Not close. I'm not sure it's worse than defend though, honestly. When I buy this, I can't buy that anymore. It's fine. Purity or card remove? Feels like just card remove. I could take Tranquility over card remove. It's a really good Tranquility. Because it gets my flurries playing more. I forgot to buy Alpha. I remembered not to buy Alpha. Alright, good luck me. Those aren't very good cards on top. Where are my attacks? Like, what? Hello? Down here? Seems like a Distilled Chaos somehow. Wishes for strength, I guess. There's a lot of math to do right now, and I don't want to do it. Awkward. I'm pretty sure this just works, though. Hell yeah, that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Don't want to kill next turn. Actually, so I want this on 4. I guess 3 is alright. Maybe I do just take the kill this turn. Take the kill this turn, and I can lesson learned and get like an upgrade on something. I don't know. Seems okay though. My relics are pretty good numbers, and that's fine. I get 2 relics. Pen of Happy Flower, sure. A Holt plus. I'll take a Holt plus with fasting. Alright. I still can't really draw any cards, but you know, we're here. I can choose to block the vulnerable or the energy down. I think I want to block the energy down. Wait, sorry. I think I want to block the vulnerable. I said the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have enough energy. Which means I should just play fasting right now. I suppose. And then I should play... Orrery. God, look at this fucking hand. That's terrible. It's so fucking bad. There's nothing I can do about it. Orrery. Is there nothing I can do about it? There's probably nothing I can do about it. This turn's really good. I think I win this. Is this worth 45 damage? Is it worth more than 45 damage? I don't see why it would be anytime soon. Oh, there's voids and shit. Void is maybe huge. Alright, we'll hold on to this in case Void really messes up one of these turns. Oh, but I have Happy Flower that turn anyway. Never mind. Do I Tranquility now? Don't think so. I think next turn. I'm going to end up getting Talk to the Hand played next turn if I get no statuses, but I'm going to get statuses. Anand, thanks for the gifted sub to Kramer. Appreciate it. No statuses? One status, damn. This turn is not super complicated. Wow, this turn ends up being pretty bad, actually. That's rude. Yeah, we're just gonna suffocate on the statuses, aren't we? Hey, Pattern Shirt. Got rid of one of the slimed. Maybe I'm underestimating this turn. I can cut into Empty Mind, and then these are really good, actually. Yeah, actually, I think I'm massively underestimating that turn. This must be good, I think. Hope so. If I need to play that for Ink Bottle, like, I'm just not good enough. That's fine. Why is Master Alien in the deck? I just really wanted to make people ask why Master Reality was in the deck. Okay, that stuff's awkward. When do I get to wish? Not yet. Am I playing a flurry here? If I play a flurry next turn, when I play an attack, I gain an energy. I'll be starting next turn on 1 energy. That's not a lot of energy. Schmitty Games, 6 3 months. Drawing flurry here is so big. Actually, tremendously huge. The tranquility is also really good. Wait, do I just tantrum right now? What am I doing? Presumably this is just like very straightforward lethal if I just think for a second. I don't know if I am into thinking for a second though. The other flurry's there. I can't die next turn, right? Because I have Lizard Tail. I think there are a bunch of ways that this wins the fight. This is one of them. Okay. This was a different Watcher run. Definitely a different Watcher run. But we did it. I have a workout in 6.5 hours. How do we feel about that? I don't personally feel incredible about it.